Hello, awesome BAVA families. It's Miss Ramsey. I'm still trying to work on how to screen share and make a video for you guys, but let me show you some things real quick here. If you look on your suggested daily schedule, let's just pick a random one. What I want you to do is just do the work that's on basically this page. It's got 2 places to click to find more information. You'll watch 2 videos, for example. You won't need to go anywhere from this screen. Let me turn it down a little in case it starts talking. You're just watching it. You would just watch the whole video, and then you would get out of this because you've watched the whole video. And then you would read some more information here, and then you would watch another video. It's in a different account, basically.
Each of these balls have. Are they alike or different?
You would go through and discuss it with your learning guide, your parent or your grandparent who's with you. You'd play your video. And I'm just kind of showing you. You would play the whole video and you would listen to the whole thing. And then when you're done listening to that video and making the choice that they're wanting you to choose, you go to the next one. And here it tells you, can you explain it? And you can write it, you can say it, you write it on your paper. I will not see this. This is just for you and your family to talk about. And I will be giving you those learning guides. I had an important question that I wanted to get answered about privacy before I sent out a Google Doc or a sheet for you guys to sign up to get your learning guide. There's only really 1 learning guide per family. So I know some of you have 3 or 4 emails. I am only picking 1. So I'm gonna send out a sheet for you guys to sign up, the 1 email you want, and you'll just have to share it with each other. It's just for a username and a code for learning guides. So it's not really an email where you're gonna get things. It's your email as a username. So if you're the one who wants to be the learning guide, you would send me your email that you want to use as a username, and you can share it with anyone else who helps your child. So like if you're home sometimes and dad is home sometimes, you can just share the learning guide code, okay? But I just can have 1 for each family. So you would write your work here in the text box or say it, or you'd write it on your notebook, but I'm not gonna see it, and that's okay because your learning guide will see it. Here's some more information. Your child would be watching this, reading this, talking to you about it, writing it down in their journal or their notebook. We're going to be picking and making some choices here. You would do that. I'm just kind of showing you what I'm doing to click. Making some more choices here. I would continue listening to this if I was the student. This is a place where I would do some work. The teacher, the teacher will not see this. This would be your learning guide at home would see that. You can do check and check it for yourself. You aren't really getting a grade. It's just showing you that you're right. Okay, then in your evidence notebook it says, how many properties does a cardboard box have? These would be things you're writing down. What color is it? How many sides does it have? What's it made out of? Is it hard or soft? Make a list to identify properties of the box. You might take 2 minutes to do that. Use evidence to support your answer. This type of work is going to be graded and looked at by your learning guide at your house or at grandma's house or grandpa's house. This is not something I'm going to see, and I don't need a picture of it on my email, but thank you. Okay, you've just finished it. At this point, you have to go back. You're done here. Don't do any more here, and go back to what are the properties of matter. Okay, and then I'm going to finish, reading and talking to my learning guide about that. It says, look at the picture of a child riding a bicycle, and I don't see a child riding a bicycle right here, but I can imagine in my mind. And then answer the question about how else rubber from bike tires can be used in your science notebook. Okay, that's something from the video where they had a bicycle tire, and they were talking about rubber and what you could use. So you might have your child, your student, write in their notebook for 2 or 3 minutes about what are some other things made out of rubber. Well, some toys are made out of rubber, like dog toys and bouncy balls. I know that they put rubber sometimes on the floor of a gym where you have PE. Car tires are also made of rubber. Baby bottle pacifiers and things like that are made of rubber. So that is the type of thing your student would be writing in their notebook. You're not going to turn it in, and I don't need to see a picture of it. And then on Rate Your Understanding, they're going to just say what they learned, how they feel they learned. Do they understand the concepts well? Do they feel comfortable? I don't feel like I understand it. Pick which one. And then you would submit, and you're done. You're done with science for that day. You did one part, and that would be it for you for the day. So over here where it says part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, those are days. The part 2 would be the second day you do it, part 3 would be the third day, part 4 would be the fourth day, part 5, etc. So you don't need to keep going on that one day. This assignment should have taken you anywhere from 30 minutes, maybe 40 if you're writing a lot or you really love science and you wanted to draw some pictures to illustrate. Okay, then you would go out, sorry, I'm clicking over here, and you would go to, this has all the potential assignments that you can do, but you would go to your next class. So you did science, and then you might decide, okay, I'm going to do some math. And you would click on your math. I'll just do a math 2. I'm just picking one. And I wanted to show you something else. If you look over here, it tells you Unit 1, that's where we all should be. We all should be, to the best of my knowledge, on Unit 1 still in everything. And so when I click on Unit 1, and I see number review part 1, that would be one day. Number review part 2, that would be a different day, your second day of math. Then part 3 would be a different day. You do not need to do all of these lessons in a day. I think part of what's getting us a little confused might be the vocabulary. We as teachers call it a lesson. You teach a lesson a day, but they're calling it a part. So the lesson might last, 5 days, 6 days, 8 days. You're just going to do a part of it. So here it says you're going to do a middle math warm-up, and you're counting aloud. This is for a second grader. And you're going to listen to them count. You're not turning it into me. Then on this one, they're talking about a number bond and making a train with connection cubes. I don't have connection cubes at my house. You can use whatever you have at your house. Maybe it's beans or toys lined up. Going down the page, play this number bond game. And they're having you play a little game. If you don't have these things, it's okay. Make up a little game with your child. Okay, and then enrichment. Play the game numbers to 1,000 on page 1. Let's see if it opens. Okay, and there's your game. You can have them do this You can print it out, or you can have them do it just on the, on the tablet, on the Chromebook. If it doesn't open or it doesn't work, I'm so sorry, but I would just move on to the next part. If it didn't open or it didn't work, or we don't have a printer, or, just go back and do something different. Here's wrap up. We're going to finish number bonds, a picture showing a number in its parts. There can be many number bonds for the same number, and they show you some more. And you can expand this with your child and extend it and do some other ones. That may be what we're doing right here. They're going to have you do this one. And this is the quick check. So this lesson, for a second grader, if you're really doing it and you're able to play the game, it may take 40 minutes, 35 to 40 minutes. And that's a normal lesson for a second grader for math, would be about anywhere from 30 minutes to a whole hour. It depends on what we're doing. Okay, and so then you would pick your answer and you would submit. This already shows that it's been submitted because a lot of people use this. And then you're done. That was math. That was math for that day. You're not doing more than that. School should take, I wrote it down. For kindergarten, first and second, I only have second graders out of that group. It should take you 2 to 2.5 hours total to do all of your work. For 3rd through 8th grade, I only have through 5th grade. It should be 45 minutes for language arts, 45 minutes for math, 45 minutes each for science and social studies, 30 minutes for reading, and that's independent reading, or just picking a book to read, or a play, or poems, whatever you like, comic books. So that's 2.5 to 2 hours and 45 minutes. So you should not be doing work for hours and hours and hours. If you are, please get in touch with me and we'll talk. Have a wonderful day.